We operate under the assumption that science is a neutral window into the world, a method for uncovering the objective facts of reality. But there is a possibility that this floor we stand on is a facade, hiding a deeper system of hidden gears. The prevailing modern worldview insists the universe is purely material. It describes a bottom-up, emergent system where atoms become matter, matter becomes chairs, and eventually matter becomes us, a mechanical process with no inherent spirit or purpose. Yet this materialist model struggles to account for our own observations. Astronomers have found that galaxies move at speeds that should tear them apart, leading them to invent dark energy to patch the holes in the math. Dark energy is a hypothetical force that supposedly makes up most of the universe, yet it has never been measured or seen. When a broken model is maintained despite statistical failure, we have to consider that it serves a function beyond pure discovery. By defining the universe as a random collection of matter, the system produces isolated, compliant subjects. Science, in this light, acts as a tool to reinvent reality to serve power. Collective intention and shared focus function as the primary variables in a participatory universe. In this framework, reality is vibrational. The world we inhabit is a direct result of our collective resonance. This concept was once mapped through the historical metaphor of heaven and hell. For thinkers like Dante, the heavens represented a state of spiritual consciousness and emanation, while hell was defined by mechanical isolation and the absence of that connection. Modern technological achievements are often deployed to collapse these spiritual categories. By landing on the moon and planting a flag in the dust, the state demonstrates that the heavens are merely conquerable, material terrain. The conquest of space serves to enforce the materialistic script and destroy the concept of a higher spiritual realm. If the architects of society can ensure we believe only in the isolated material world, they win the war for perception. We are trapped in a reality we have been conditioned to police ourselves. The blueprint for this control began with Niccolò Machiavelli, who separated statecraft from traditional morality. He treated perception as a purely tactical tool, prioritizing the stability of the state over any objective ethical standard. Michel Foucault later identified how this statecraft evolved from physical brutality to psychological dominance. He called it disciplinary power, a technology that produces useful, docile subjects through subtle mechanisms of surveillance and normalization. This 17th century plague quarantine provided the early model for that discipline. By freezing society through strict spatial partitioning and constant inspections, the state transformed the city into a machine where every individual was fixed in place and constantly recorded. The ultimate refinement is the panopticon. A central observer can see into every cell, but inmates cannot see into the tower. Because this surveillance is unverifiable, individuals behave as if always watched, internalizing the gaze of power, becoming the principle of their own subjection. This panoptic logic creates regimes of truth, where science and medicine define what is normal and what is abnormal. We are managed by these definitions, becoming a population of predictable data points without the need for visible chains. However, the machine faces a constant threat from what Hannah Arendt called horizontal power. Arendt argued that true power is not something a state can possess. It is something that exists only between people. Arendt distinguished power from violence. Violence is instrumental and top-down, relying on weapons and command. But power is an end in itself, generated spontaneously when individuals act together in public. This power emerges in what she called the space of appearance. It is a non-hierarchical realm where unique identities are revealed through speech and deed, creating a reality that exists outside of state administration. During the Hungarian Revolution of 1956, Arendt saw this spontaneous power overcome the vertical violence of the state. When people step out of isolation to act in concert, they generate a collective capacity that the panoptic machine cannot easily account for. Arendt called this capacity natality. the human ability to break from established roles and start something new. It is the unpredictable virus that constantly threatens to disrupt the materialist order. These two theories reveal a deeper synthesis. The panopticon is a targeted defense against the space of appearance. By enforcing lateral invisibility, the architecture of modern society ensures that the horizontal connections required for power never form. This is the function of biopower. It is a political technology managing life itself, regulating health and reproduction to ensure populations are productive. It atomizes the public into isolated units. This systematic isolation destroys the forum, eroding the conditions required to maintain a shared world. The ultimate strategy involves eroding the belief that human connection generates power. When individuals see themselves solely as isolated biological units, the system's vertical authority remains unchallenged. If Arendt is right that acting together maintains a world, then our reality is a direct reflection of our participation. The ontology of control relies on our agreement to its materialist script. By accepting a worldview where we are merely mechanical fragments in a dead universe, we provide the vibrational energy that sustains the machine. The invisible prison holds us because we have accepted its definitions as our own truth. We have allowed our capacity for world-building to be confiscated by the very system that seeks to manage us. If reality is shaped by collective participation, whose reality are you currently building?